Okay, so O'Shea again, and so thanks again for taking the time to take a look at this. My goal here with this next video is hang a little more meat on those bones about what I'm hoping to do here with this karma of sales thing, and what I hope that will translate into meaning for you. Now, I'm getting ready to be probably a little bit. I might jump off the deep end here a little bit, be a little touchy-feely. So don't freak out. If I get a little too whatever for you, then feel free to take off. Go watch one of my other vids, whatever you like. My goal here is to be as expose myself here a little bit, be a little more upfront and as clear as I can about what some of my personal hopes are, and kind of like for you to know where I'm coming from a little bit more. So first of all, in that vein, one of the things that's a big deal for me is this is freedom, and I've got a lot of friends that'll make fun of me because of it, but I've got some odd ideas about what it is to be free. And so, for example, my car. I own my car. My car doesn't own me. My house. I own my house. My house doesn't own me. This website is owned by me and not the other way around. So. What that really ends up meaning is, of course, mechanically I'm taking care of my car, changing the oil, rotating the tires, all that kind of good stuff. But I don't wash the thing, and every once in a while I'll vacuum it out and all that. And so it's to my comfort level and not any farther, man, because once I get to the point where I'm feeling like I've got to, kind of obligated to go out there and wash it and so on and so forth, that's when it's, whoa, 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 whoa. This thing is starting to own me, and I'm not cool with that. Same thing with my house. House is in great shape. However, the lawn does not get any attention from me whatsoever. Well, I'll mow it every once in a while, but I certainly don't water the thing. Now, I live in a place where I can get away with that too, and it certainly doesn't see any kind of fertilizer out of me. And the nice thing about that is that I don't have to mow it that often. So, and that's one of those big deals of, that was for one that kind of came to me of, here I am, I'm pouring all this drinkable water out on my yard so that I can run this loud internal combustion engine, which is, there's probably better things to be doing for the environment nowadays. And all of this I have the luxury of wasting hours of my life and spending money so I can be beholden to my lawn. And so I kind of got to feeling like, I am my lawn's bitch, and that's not going to work for me. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to grass, and in fact, that whole cycle can be a really cathartic thing for a lot of folks, and that's a good thing, and that's a proper ownership. And so, but for me, it's just I don't pour myself into my lawn anymore. So what that brings me to is this website and how I hope to be treating this thing. As you can tell, I'm not high on production values, fancy settings, memorizing scripts, putting on anything other than the t-shirt that I was going to be wearing anyway. In fact, I really kind of dig the idea of being able to provide some real value to you so I don't have to major in those kind of minors. And, and again, that kind of allows me the ability to be as clear and as authentic and as accessible as possible. And by accessible, I'm talking about coming at you in a way that's not so lofty that the applicability and the tangibility are still intact, and have that value be stuff that's got some stickiness to it, that really kind of resonates, some easily digestible. And in terms of how that affects how I treat this site, it's going to be that which allows me to be the most comfortable in being able to talk to you, makes it a lot easier for me to be able to talk straight to what I hope is going on within your life, and be able to again, have that applicability. So this is where it's going to get a little bit touchy-feely. So watch out, here it comes. In doing all this stuff, I'm hoping that that you'll get some solid exposure to a different way of being about it. Not only in being able to see it, but to kind of hear it, smell it, feel it, pick up the vibration I'm trying to put off about what the approach is, because I think that a lot of information is translated that way. That's the reason I'm doing videos as opposed to trying to write this stuff down or strictly auditory. The trigger that I'm hoping to touch in you is that one of kind of deep knowing and peace. And, me saying out loud what that sense of higher self that you've got has been whispering to you all along. And it's this that I hope that you recognize in my words and the expression that I'm trying to put out to you. You've got all the guidance that you'll ever need. You're already complete. You're already whole. You're already able, wise. You've already got all that going for you. Trust yourself, and so if you can remove the debris of your life that kind of blocks that natural state of being, you'd know this so well and so intimately. It would, you'd never be able to go back. And it's not going to be one of those things where as soon as you stop using the technique, you're going to be cold, alone, and powerless again. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You'll never be the same. You couldn't turn back if you want to. And that intense freedom and empowerment of awakening to that truer state of your being, having stopped belittling yourself, that kind of stuff can never be forgotten. And that's the real hopefulness and optimism that I want to be able to offer here, is as we go through this kind of foundational stuff, is going to be, the gold at the end of the rainbow, I guess. Now, you will